Bigfoot.
Oh!
Joan Rivers when she was about to die.
Ooh, spooky.
The 2016 presidential election results. The idea of Mark Zuckerberg becoming president, as well as that. Mummies.
It's the big boys.
Big boys. We the big boys.
Big boys. Big boys.
Yeah.
Meat treats and complaining about work.
Hot sauce, puking, sweating, cause it hurt.
Maddie, Light, and Jay work.
It's Big John.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's the big boys. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Big Boys Talking Podcast. I'm Big John.
I'm Maddie. What?
And we
Are
spooky.
Hyuki.
Got him. We are here.
I almost said spooky again.
And it's Spooktober.
Oh, I'm dancing like a fucking hippie at a festival. Some people find this scary.
I am terrified.
The Grateful Dead is the greatest band ever.
I'm having flashbacks to the one festival I went to where a guy was trying to put a certain thing on their tongue. I was like, no, thank you.
I don't want that. No.
That's a nightmare.
Spooky.
Oh, well, what we got going on?
We didn't write down any notes.
We didn't.
This
Big
is-
thing.
This is just like old times. So put it out.
Big
Say
thing.
it.
Big thing.
What do we do? Do we do something?
We
the day that
dropped.
we recorded this, and the Friday before, the Monday this comes out.
We dropped a new EP. It's called
What?
Forever an Outcast
That's us.
by Retribution.
We used to be an outcast.
Yeah.
Now we're Retribution.
And I had to settle a dispute with Outcast
Oh yeah.
to allow
us.
Retribution to use that music because they had the writers' rights to Back to Basics, which is us. So I had to give ourselves the rights to be able to publish Back to Basics.
We got DMCA'd by ourselves.
That's the
And-
cool thing about DistroKid. It takes care of things like that.
It's
for you.
cool, but also kind of annoying.
A little bit.
Thank you, DistroKid. And
Hopefully by the time this comes out, it'll be on Spotify and everything. Right now, it's just on Bandcamp as we record this.
the link's right there. Probably not. It's probably up here or something. Maybe here. It's like just following my fingers around. I'm gonna pull a Sam. Roll Thunder.
Spooky.
That was scary. It's still scary.
I'm scared.
Me too.
Shows. As always,
Let's talk
we got
about
shows. Knoxville, November
November
5th, with No Cure.
No
the
Cure.
Straight Edge Warriors.
Straight Edge Warriors.
Nomads.
Metalcore Warriors.
Drindle.
Drendel Warriors. Corrupted Influence.
Corrupted Influence. That's going
Chattanooga
to be sick.
Warriors. Drendel Warriors.
Drindle Warriors. November 19th, Lexington.
The Return of
Dead Icons. Airborne.
Cut to Sassy. Do you still have that saved?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, we're back. We're gonna be playing that show. I don't know why I tapped on the table.
Suffocate Faster, Us, Bolster, Age of Panic, Raptured, Not
band.
Raptured,
Oh yeah, we're not raptured, but we're raptured. I'm in raptured.
And of course, Dead Icons. It's going to be sick. It's going to be sick awesome. It's going to be super sick awesome cool dudes. I'm very excited about it. And then December 3rd. We are in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, baby. We are going to punch people.
During season's beatings.
Season is beating.
With a lot of awesome bands, including Two Piece, Not Corrupted Influence, Cemented in Fear,
Cold Concrete,
a bunch of cool bands.
Yeah, Frog Mallet.
Not.
Just kidding. I tricked you guys. It's just like last week.
I was going to be like, dude, I got to break the news to him again.
Yeah.
He goes, and then he'll go, I'm living in a nightmare.
I don't know, and I'll say, nice tits, bitch. Like a nice killing. Anyways, that's what we have going on. We're super stoked on it.
Yeah, my nose hurts real bad.
He's got nose stones.
Something. I got a pimple or allergies. I'm dealing with really bad allergies.
I got a grindle in my nose.
I got a grindle in my nose. Not to be confused with the punk hardcore band we're going to play with in Knoxville on November 5th.
That's what we have going. Oh, fuck.
Oh, he dropped his e-cigarette again.
That's what we have going on. We're excited about it. We hope you guys are.
Yes.
And coming up soon, Big Boy's live show. Just kidding. That's what all the other podcasts I listen to say, so I figured I'd tease that, even though it's not real.
We want to do one.
As soon as we're done worrying about Halloween, I swear to God, I swear on everything that I own and that I have in my life that John and I are going to put up a pre-order for T-shirts.
It's true.
I swear to God.
It's true.
Like the second, October 31st is on a Monday, so Tuesday, November 1st, I'm coming over to John's October 31st. We're going to make that, and then we're going to put it up on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
Mark his words.
We are probably not going to do that. Jedi mind trick. Nah, but we really will, though. Anyways, let's get the heck into it, brother.
Yeah,
you know what fucking month it is? It's Spooktober. All month long, we watch shitty, potentially, sometimes they turn out to be good, horror movies, and we let you know exactly what the deal is with them. Why? Because we're fucking badass.
Sick.
And it's really fun.
We're spooky.
Spooky. This is my spooky dance now.
He's the sexy spooky. Matt, what did we watch?
We watched a little movie called Bloodsucking Redneck Vampires.
Oh, hell yeah, baby.
And I know what you're thinking. What is that movie about? And if that's what you're thinking, you're a fucking idiot, because it's about blood-sucking redneck vampires.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it was wild and
confusing,
crazy stuff.
Not made very well.
I loved it.
Had a very loose plot line.
It was so, I realized it was more in the vein of Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, where it was it was purposely made that way.
It knew what it was doing.
Yeah, and it was great. Like both of those movies have been done so well.
We've officially decided that House of Bad was so bad because it took itself just way too seriously.
It wasn't good bad. It was bad.
Yeah, it was so bad it was bad. Not so bad it was good.
It was not yummy out of good.
No, it wasn't. That's why we didn't say that last week. We didn't even rate that movie.
Nope.
We literally were just like, fuck it, we're done.
Shit sucked. Well, let's just go ahead and get right into this.
Hell yeah.
Do you want to read or you want me to?
We can split it. You know what? We've been doing a lot of you reading or me reading. We'll split it up.
Oh, you're crazy.
Yeah, so you read a couple and then I'll read a couple.
Okay. 3 minutes in. There are no words.
Nuh-uh.
No context.
Nothing.
But there are titties.
Yeah. How we knew it was going to be a great film from the get-go.
Titties. Every great horror film has titties.
Especially in the first 5 minutes.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, and then right after titties, what do we get? A vampire.
Ooh.
Spooky.
They dug right in, right at the start.
And let me tell you, that vampire was hungry because they wasted no time. And old titties that was out got chomped. And when they bit down, it made a crunch sound as if you were biting into a nice big old red apple.
You think you could find... I bet there's like a sound bite you could find that sounds like it. Yeah, I just literally like have you guys seen that TikTok where there's the plastic apple juice bottles? That's what it sounded like. Yes. Literally just like that.
It was amazing. Yeah. And that vampire gets killed. We don't know by who. It's just somebody in a black trench
Yeah,
coat.
they don't really. It's just like steak. They get staked.
And then there is what seems to be the leader. And she's... What, did she even have a name?
She was.
Or was it just Mistress?
I think it was just Mistress. She was sitting in an office chair on a porch.
Yeah. And her servant Worm, who is her... I did like they went with the whole lore with that they did in Blade, where they have human...
Like the familiar.
Yeah, familiar. Yeah. So Worm is Mistress's familiar. He comes in, he's like, Mistress, he's here. She's like, we must go.
And they leave.
And they leave. And Mistress has a really bad Transylvanian accent.
Like
Really
bad.
Really bad.
And it disappears at random points in times. But when she rolls her R's, great. She has a very great R roll.
Very good R roll. And I'm going to let you take over from there, Bubba.
All right. Good comparison to the movie from last week. The night scenes were actually shot at night.
Good job.
We know that because you can't see fucking anything
couldn't.
during the night scene.
Headlights, that's it.
That's pretty much it. And they still use the blue filter too.
They
So
did.
it was just really, really dark.
It was phenomenal.
The first character in the movie you meet outside of the vampire and the dead vampire and boob lady is well, I don't really know how else to describe him besides my boy Billy Joe Barney Bob, otherwise known as BJ.
BJ.
And what does he say while he's about to hit Mistress? He says, "Holy sheep dip," which I have never once in my life heard anyone say.
Listen, we're from like Kentucky and like more rural areas.
Yeah.
We're around rednecks, country bumpkins,
Yeah.
good old folk.
We say, well, I've heard there are people in my family that legitimately use things like pert near instead of pretty near. They say warshrag instead of like washcloth.
Yonder.
Like that, yeah, yonder, and that means something. Like holler instead of hollow.
Yep.
It's wild. But yeah, that's
My man BJ.
holy sheep dip. Billy Joe BJ Barney Bob. And he said, "I know what you're thinking. My parents don't know when to quit, do they?" The next thing is that they were headmistress was, or not headmistress. Oh wow, I just turned it into a kinky thing. The mistress was visibly struggling to keep her teeth in the whole time while also keeping the accent going.
Yeah, it was great.
Like you could tell when she was losing the teeth, she would lose the accent completely. It was really funny. Real quick, shout out to Shannon. Not only Shelby's friend Shannon, thank you for watching this because her friend Shannon watches this every week. But shout out to Shannon, who was credited in the credits of the movie, but had no last name. I don't know which actress she was.
Shannon.
That's Shannon. You go, Shannon. Love you.
Get on, Shannon.
And then my favorite mystery of the whole fucking movie, because I just realized we never got an answer to it. The mysterious heavy suitcase he was carrying around.
That suitcase was so heavy.
Dude, it was so heavy, and it was during like the first 15 minutes of the movie. Worm is constantly dragging this suitcase around, and then it never shows up again.
No.
They never talk about what's in it. There's like John was like, "What's in that suitcase?" They
Yeah.
never even, it's never revisited.
He was struggling, yeah, and that was it. It's gone.
You wanna go ahead and read the next
Yeah,
thing there?
yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh, God.
Rich Thurston just texted. If you know, you know. If you don't,
God.
good luck or proud of you or whatever.
Worm is a guy.
Yeah, Worm is a guy.
We've got all that.
Sorry.
Oh, spousal abuse featuring a cast iron skillet. Yeah, so BJ obviously he gets a little neck bite, turns into a little vampire.
No crunch on that neck.
No
bite.
crunch on that neck bite. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
But on that is the second bite in the movie.
No crunch.
No crunch whatsoever. So he's at home and he's sleeping on the couch with a blanket over his head, and his wife decides to just hit him over the head repeatedly
Yeah.
with a cast iron skillet.
Her name's Darlene.
Darlene, she's just like, "Wake up, BJ, what you
And it's
doing?
like,
You been out
bonk,
drinking again?"
Bonk. Bonk.
The noise is hilarious.
Yeah.
It was great. But yeah, she just, what have I done? I accidentally oh God.
What has he done? We've lost our place. Look for the word skillet. Rebirth now. That's a Skillet song.
Yeah, I'm in a heavy suitcase. We got a special skillet. Here we go. All the rednecks just say bullshit. Southern phrases instead of talking like people. Like they literally just like, yeah, man, I swear goddamn creek down wasn't going to get it.
Yeah, like everybody was just like, man, you know what? The pig don't fly too close to the shitter. And everyone would be like, well, you roundhouse the beans and they'll turn up in the outhouse, won't they?
Yeah.
That's pretty much all people said.
And now we move on to the main family of the movie,
What's their names, John?
the Pissers.
The Pissers.
Eva,
Ma, Paul,
Ma, and Paul Pisser. And what was the son's name?
Junior.
Junior Pisser.
Little Junior is what they called him a lot.
Yeah.
He was huge,
and,
by the way.
And Mama Eva has won some sweepstakes where she gets somebody to come and redo a room for her.
Yeah, she's obviously a magazine-type mama.
And enters in a really bad French accent man.
Jean-Claude.
Claude.
Jean-Claude.
Don't
say his name wrong. You'll get really upset about it.
Yep. And so they're showing Claude around the house. And you're like, man, this guy's goofy as hell. And they're all just like, they're hamming it up so hard. Like they are really being redneck.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're like, yeah, man, go. Yeah, I told him. And Paul, you want to come in? He's like, woman, I'm trying to read.
Ain't that Paul? That's
telling
just
you.
like Paul.
But the best part is when Claude is standing outside and they're talking to him. Behind is how we get introduced to Junior, and Junior's pissing outside, but it's literally a water hose, and it's just giant ass stream.
I guess you can tell why they call them the Pissers.
My man was pissing.
They must have earned that surname.
And it was great. So now we have Jean-Claude, and we have the Pissers.
Right.
You know, these are main characters of the story.
Focal points.
Yeah, and Eva Pisser, the daughter, she is the standard spaghetti strapped belly shirt, Daisy Duke wearing, pigtails.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's the white trash princess.
The quintessential good girl, obviously a slut.
Yes. Oh, and then wait. Computer tater. We gotta mention that.
Yeah.
She calls a computer tater.
Computer tater.
Oh, that's just good shit right there.
That's just good.
For some reason, a major plot device is the Pissers winning the home renovation. So it's like, it's a really big deal.
I want you guys to understand that at this point, like, I stopped taking notes because there was literally no plot going on, and we were like 35 minutes into the
Just
film.
a lot of goofy dialogue.
and at this point, John and I were like, is this even about vampires anymore?
Yeah. They're talking, and he's just like, oh, it's this room is so beautiful, and then they just be like, yeah, I tell you what, I got a big old flower roller going in, and Junior done pissed everywhere. I tell you what, he's a pisser, I'm telling you.
One thing they did get right was real trashy redneck Southern housing.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that they just went to somewhere in like Alabama and were just like, hey, can we use your houses?
Right.
And they let them.
Yep, that's true.
It was like, if you've ever been to a true Southern house where there's like way too much shit, but it's exactly where they want it, it was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
There was like seasoning on top of telephones. It was crazy. It
was
looked just like
beautiful.
my grandma's.
So now Junior Pisser's got to take old Jean-Claude for some fun.
Yeah, because what else are you to do in a small Southern town? By the way, the town is called Backwash.
Backwash. Yeah.
So in the town of Backwash, there ain't much to do but show a Frenchman around.
And we get introduced to our next main character, our little hero, Cletus.
Cletus.
I'm gonna cut to Cletus real quick here.
God! No, you didn't, little Junior. I kicked your ass this time.
No, you didn't, Cleet. When y'all gonna learn? You can't take me down.
You cheating bastard! I'll tell you what, I got your poopery right here.
God damn it, Cletus!
Why is it that we always find movies that have little people in them?
Dude. I'd like this. Okay. Cause I always have to phrase, cause you know, us being white dudes, straight white dudes that don't have any type of like handicaps. We got to tread carefully, but man, he was a wonderful little person. His limbs were so tiny,
It's like-
but he was so like he was a bigger guy, like a chubbier guy, and like when he walked, it was a literal like waddle, and he was so funny, like
He had to
probably
have
my
been-
favorite character.
I guarantee that he has like a 36, maybe 38 waist.
Yeah,
But he can't be more than like 3'5".
yeah, he was very
It
short.
was crazy.
He was legitimately my like. In reality, he pulled off like the redneck thing where it didn't feel like it was a forced act.
I don't think it was.
It was just him.
I'm pretty sure that was just Cletus.
It was
his
amazing.
name is probably
Anyway,
Cletus.
Cletus rules.
Yeah, fuck. Cletus is the hero of this story.
So Matt, where did we go from there once we get introduced to Cletus?
What else are you supposed to do after the first little person, or maybe only little person in the movie, gets introduced, but show the audience what they want more? Titties! Woo! More titties! They're looking through a shower, or through a window into a shower.
Yeah.
And they're all just standing there looking at titties. Until, of course, John Claude goes up to the window.
Right, which it changes. The woman gets out and her husband gets in the shower, but Jean-Claude likes
Yeah,
that.
he kind of likes that.
He's like, oh.
You know how them sultry Frenchmen are.
Oui, oui.
Indeed. Anyways, the husband gets really mad and tries to shoot them. They make it away, but it's obvious that like all of them only ran like 15 feet, and then they were all so winded.
Yeah, it was great.
Like Junior was like, I can do that because I'm fat. Wheezing.
I was impressed with how fast Cletus went.
Yeah, he was
My man was going.
fucking swinging him legs.
Zooming.
Yeah. So, yeah, again, like I said, there was a lot of no plot happening, or like setup, or it wasn't really set up. Having watched the whole movie, it was just no plot.
Yep.
So after 25 minutes since the last time we've seen a vampire, finally, vampires return.
We're back, baby.
We got Darlene, who has been turned, and of course, we have the homie, BJ.
Our boy
I can't
BJ.
remember all the names anymore.
Bada bob boom bada boo.
Darlene is new to being a vampire,
Yes.
so he takes her to the hopping club downtown.
The old bar, the old
And,
water.
they meet up with the old friend of theirs, and she's like, Darlene, you ain't look too good. And what does Darlene say? She says, thirsty. And then bites her neck. And this time, there's a crunch.
There is a
A
crunch.
hearty, appley crunch. Or if you want to think of it this way, think of it like they're biting into an onion. Maybe like
Yeah.
a potato.
Yeah. Is
Ew.
it crunchy?
Gross. Yeah. Paul is always in the other room. We've already talked about that. The next most important thing to know about this movie is that beans make Eva fart
Bad.
really bad.
Big shitty pantses.
Now, I don't want you to think that that's brought up anymore after the
Pantses.
beans scene.
Sorry. we just skipped over that.
trying to
I just said I really thought about it. I was like,
Pantses.
pantses.
Damn.
Anyway, shitty pants.
Yeah. And I don't know. There's this really weird sequence here that I'm going to hand it back to John since I'm done talking about Eva's farts. But, like, just so you guys can understand what's happening, it keeps cutting back and forth between the bar and what's happening at the pissers. So, this next one, it seems like it's kind of out of nowhere, and it is.
Yeah, where we at here? And everyone at the bar. Oh shit! So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's them just they're just like farting around at the pisser's house.
Cletus is eating beans with his hands.
Yeah, they just like, yeah, but you better Jean-Claude, you better eat some more beans, and it just puts more beans in. Jean-Claude's like, oh, it's not about the beans, and then it cuts to the bar where everybody's just dead, laying around on the bar. And then it cuts back to the pissers. Clean's like, I got the bean in,
You want some more?
Cut back to the bar. Everybody's still dead.
It
Cut
does
back to the pissers. We did my Junior, where we gonna be? Oh, Cletus, I don't know. Jean-Claude, where you gonna be doing that?
He's like,
Oh, yeah, well, he my heart. We will.
Oh, I can't have any more.
And then Cletus like, but he get in some more beans and puts more beans in his. And then we cut back to the bar. Everyone's still dead.
This genuinely happens 4 to 5 times.
Cut back to the pissers. I got one of beans. Then we cut back to the bar again, and we've got the same shot. And we're like, oh shit, they're still dead. All of a sudden,
They
they get up, and everyone at the bar is a vampire now.
But they didn't spend much time showing who all was at the bar, and so it just cuts right back to the pissers again.
And then so we go back to the pissers. They're done eating and stuff, and Jean-Claude is handing his plate to Ma Pisser, and he touches her titty.
Mm-hmm. And she likes it. But that's the last time we visit that.
But that's it.
Yeah, we never talk about that again.
And Ma, here's the thing. It's about to be trap days. Down at the old.
If you're from the South, you know exactly what the fuck that means.
Yep.
That sounds stupid to people outside of the South, but I'll have you know that.
Dude, I didn't even have a second thought.
Yeah, no. Tomorrow in Kentucky, we have court days. There's a possum festival coming up. I've been to the chicken fair.
Spoon bread
I've been to-
festival, mushroom festival.
Apple festival. There's a corn festival in Stanton. I've been to fucking Burgoo festival, which is literally soup made out of roadkill in Lawrenceburg. We have a beer cheese fest in Winchester. It's crazy, man.
We always be fasting on things.
There's a tobacco festival in my hometown.
It's true. So, yeah, and there's a big cook-off.
Cook-off.
Ma's got to win that cook-off.
If you don't know what tripe is, it's cow stomach. So that's what they're all cooking.
Yeah, because she's got to win and beat her bitch-ass neighbor.
What was their name? Petersons.
Petersons, yeah.
Petersons. I didn't write it down, but Petersons.
Also, Ma tells the Junior and Cletus not to get so drunk this time because she doesn't want to get a phone call at 3 a.m. because they've been fucking sheep.
Yeah. And
then it cuts to
a
sheep
fucking
for like
sheep.
a second. And they're like, meh. And then it cuts away. And it just goes to the next scene.
I love this movie. It's a good one.
It says, Ma's neighbor really is a bitch. Damn.
Yeah, she is, because she's all like putting cat poop in
Yeah, she puts cat
food.
poop in Ma's food. What a bitch.
Fucking bitch.
Oh, shit. Now we're getting to the good stuff. One of our first vampires, he goes out, and it's his wife that's out in the garden, I'm assuming at least.
Oh, yeah.
And he sneaks up behind her, and he's like, I'm going to drink your blood. And she was just like, what? Are you a vampire? And he said, yeah. And she goes, don't you know you ain't supposed to be out in the sunlight? And then the best.
I mean,
The
it was
best effect. Like, you know, on like the phone apps you can get where you can add special effects to your videos.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
If
It
you've ever
was
been on Indian
phenomenal.
TikTok, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. or it's like explosion, and then it like the screen like glitches a little bit, and like, oh wow, he's not here anymore.
Yeah, it was great. So the vampire explodes. So basically, that vampire just wasn't that smart. He just wasn't smart.
No, it's like it's almost like we live in the South. We can say it's like people in the South aren't very well educated.
Yep. And then, okay, so now we're here to my favorite, probably my favorite scene, because the wit of the joke was so good for me. And this is when we cut to the St. Festus Church.
Oh my God, yes.
And so apparently the pastor priest of whatever of the St. Festus Church,
St. Festus the Tipsy.
the tipsy, yes, thank you, is apparently a vampire. I guess they were at the bar too.
Yeah, like,
Lord knows you need a drink after preaching all day.
again, they didn't do a good shot of everybody at the bar, so
Yeah,
it's kind of
and,
something you have to guess in your mind.
He's like, "Oh, I can't go. I was cleaning out the baptistry. I'm real tired." And so he gets in a tub of hot water. And he's like, "Oh." He's like, "Oh, this will get my muscles and bones feeling right."
Yep.
And then he says, "God bless this water."
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you hear a bell ring, and he starts smoking,
Yep.
and he dies.
Yep.
And it took me a second. I was like, holy shit.
That's deep.
That joke is phenomenal
Yep.
because he's a priest. He said, God bless this water, which turns it to holy water, because you have to have a man of faith
Blessing it.
bless the water in order for it to turn to holy water.
Specifically, a priest, a Catholic priest.
Yes.
You can only imagine that with St. Festus the Tipsy. It's a Catholic church. It's incredible.
That was such a high tier joke in that film.
Layers.
So good. That was phenomenal.
What's that guy's name that made it? Donk White or Donk Wong?
Something Donk, John Donk.
John
or
Donk or something?
Yeah, Bonk. His last name
yeah,
is Bonk.
Yeah, thank you, because I know this is an idea that you had. It said so in the main credits, so thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, and so there's also a beauty pageant going on at the Trap Festival.
As there has to be.
And
Trap Days.
Trap Days. Yeah, man. And then we get the worst outfit trying on montage of all time.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into Eva's she's being a little Eva.
I think like the worst thing about the montage is that it wasn't all together.
No, they just kept cutting back and forth.
It was like separated by scenes of vampires doing stupid shit.
Okay, we'll let you go from there. So now what we've seen, we're starting to have a trend here. This is what we're getting to in the next note, is we're seeing that these vampires aren't that smart.
Nope, they're not. You want to know how I know they're not that smart? So, next scene, we got a tanning bed, a salon with a tanning bed in the back. They probably rent movies, and I'm going to guess that they also sell cigarettes, because that's what most places do here in Kentucky.
Yeah, man.
A vampire shows up, obviously a vampire this time. We can see her teeth with the fangs. We can see the sunken eyes, and she says,
Yep.
"Yeah, I want to get my normal time." And there's a old lady that's like, "Man, she's a whore." So I don't know.
Yeah, she's a
being
little old lady.
typical Southern old white lady who judges everybody.
Old bag.
So she goes and gets in the tanning bed, and what happens when a vampire gets in UV light?
And we get back to the best special effects of all time.
Oh my god, it's like this paper mache. All right, do you
I'm
remember?
just gonna here. You know what? Cutting to it.
There it is.
Phenomenal.
So the best way I can describe that, if you've seen that episode of SpongeBob where he's selling chocolate and the lady's like, "Oh, I remember chocolate." It looks like that, but with vampire teeth and weird beady yellow eyes.
Crap, dude.
And that's so. Anyways, to round out the joke on this one, all the ladies at the salon, being salon bitches as they are, had a death pool on that lady. And one of the ladies guessed that she was going to die frying to death in a tanning bed. And technically, that's what happened.
And then she said, "You both owe me $20."
It's just very funny that everyone's so stupid in the town that even shit like that happens.
People
and
dying, and they're just like,
"Oh,
dumbass."
tan so much. Told you, give you melanoma. Oh, God, I did the Zoom thing. That was scary.
Yeah, I did that too.
All right, but then what could possibly happen next? But the big boy's favorite thing in the world, titties! Titties! I don't remember the context on this one, but there were titties, and it was awesome.
Badass, brother.
At this point, we get another bite. This one does have the crunch. There has been more bites in between here and there, like the last one and this one, but they didn't have the crunch sound, so we just kind of stopped paying attention to them. At this point, we realized that the crunch sound only happens every 2 or 3 bites. And
Yeah.
whoever edited the movie sound-wise either did this on purpose or didn't do a very good job.
Just didn't care.
So this vampire that's in the garage, he's
Holy shit.
he's working on cutting a piece of wood, obviously for hours because his wife cheats on him while he is.
Yeah.
He's sitting down there, he's just a cutting, and then he's hammering, and then he doesn't know his own strength because vampires have super strength in this universe that is only shown this once and is never talked about before or after. But he hits really hard with the hammer, and things go flying, and it starts this crazy Rube Goldberg situation where things are falling and balls are like hitting wires, and then one thing leads to another, and a piece of the wood he'd cut earlier flies and hits him right in the chest. Staked himself. Dead. And then his wife's like, "Oh, what the hell? There's a bunch of calamity going on downstairs. I'm going to check it out." But then, out of nowhere, we switch to a poker scene. And it's strip poker. Yeah. And there's this lady there that I don't remember her name. It was like Erla or something like that. I don't remember, but they had talked about her a few times about how they were going to have fun with her, and it's of course our good friends Cletus Jr., Jean-Claude, and her sitting there playing poker, strip poker.
Hell yeah.
And this is where I have a note that says titties, but no one's excited about it this time. That lady's a big woman.
She's an older woman,
We're
too.
big guys. We're big boys. She was a huge person.
She was a big lady.
Big lady.
But what I will say is props to her for doing that on a camera in a movie.
Hell yeah.
Flaunting it.
I bet a lot of the people that get naked in these are like C-list porn actors.
Have to be.
So we cut back to the vampire with the wife and her husband just died. She was cheating on her husband. Anyway, she comes downstairs. She's been turned into a vampire by the guy that she was cheating on her husband with.
Yep.
Billy Ray.
Billy Ray Ray.
Billy Ray Ray. And I remember that name a lot. And she's like, oh, my husband, you always work kind of stupid. And what does she do? The same exact goddamn thing. Yeah, like, oh, the ball rolling, like fucking mousetrap game, and then, oh, dead.
Dad.
And,
So yet again, these vampires are basically killing themselves because they're dumb.
At this point, it cuts back to there's a lot of jumping around. The next note I have is that this movie skips around quite a lot.
Yes.
We go back to the poker game. The bigger lady, Miss Erlanger, I don't know what her name is. I'm just going to say things near that. Early Curly. She is walking away from the camera. Woo! And she's got one of them butts that's like huge but not good. She's a big booty.
It's like, it doesn't even make sense. It looked like one of those ones where I could literally like sit on top of it as a ride.
like you're like
Like
come
a
on,
flatbread truck.
Flatbread
chub.
Yeah, well, spicy Italian flatbread, add pickles. Yeah, so it's turning into a train wreck. That's what we're letting you know. But it's a good train wreck.
Yep. Oh God. We keep using peckerwood on the first guy. Oh yeah. So, but what was great is one of the other guys that turned into a vampire shows up, and they're like, "Man, there you are! You go play poker with us, Cletus and Junior." And he's like, "Yeah, thirsty though. I'm hungry." And he walks in where old Ethel, the big lady, naked lady, is, and she's bent over trying to like find a beer or something in a cooler. And he bites her butt.
Yeah, he does.
To which she falls over and literally splats his head.
Yeah. Like he just becomes a little like when you like squish a roll of toothpaste.
And that's the last time we see her.
Yeah.
That's it.
What happened to her?
I don't know. She had an eye patch too, by the way.
Oh yeah, she kept threatening to take it off instead of her panties.
And they were like, "Oh,
don't."
They keep using peckerwood on this French guy, but everyone is white and poor.
Yeah. So peckerwood is a slang term in prison for like poor white folk, and I just think it's funny that they kept calling him Peckerwood as if they also weren't Peckerwoods.
Yep. So now we the chairs. They had the like staple like southern chairs.
It looks like a lion face. Like it looks like it's got like a big huge smile on it. You know the chairs. Your grandma might have them still.
Granny
My
has
used to.
Granny has them.
Hell yeah, they're comfy.
Yeah. Oh, we've covered that.
I've done many a homework in those chairs.
So now we're cutting back to the bitch neighbor.
The Petersons. The movie is in hyper, like, fucking maximum overdrive at this point.
And they're getting ready for Tripe Days like it's tonight.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. It always seems like it's either nighttime or daytime, depending on the scene. It's very confusing.
And so her secret this time around with her tribe is she's using garlic and lots of
garlic.
But what we didn't even know is her husband got turned into a vampire at some point.
Oh!
And he has...
Mr. Peterson, no!
She makes him sit down and try to eat it. And he's like, what is it? And she was just like, I did something different to it this year. I'm calling it tripe with a buttload of garlic. And he's like, garlic? And runs away. And she's like, well, what did she say? She was like, was buttload a little vulgar? Anyway, long story short, Mr. Peterson dies from the garlic.
Yeah, it just explodes his tummy.
Explodes him dumb. He did.
Load them numb.
But I can't talk. Feller shooey. That's your next note.
What? Oh, fellers. Shoo-wee.
Oh, they lost the vampire teeth budget with 18 minutes left in the movie.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so there was the one scene with Mistress which by the way, we haven't seen Mistress in a while at this point. There was this one scene with Mistress where, like I said, she was talking, she had the trouble with the accent, the teeth were falling out of her mouth, but all the other teeth in the movie seemed to be, like, pretty good, like, vampire veneers. Until this point, where every character that's turned into a vampire just has those fucking...
Like Walmart.
Yeah,
bag.
the ones that you can buy at Gaddy Town for 1,600 points for some reason.
So now we're officially at Tripe Days.
It's Tripe Days, baby.
There's a band playing.
Yep, they're playing the theme song from the movie.
They're rocking and rolling and everything, and then the mayor gets up and he's talking about what's going on. And, you know, if you've been to one of them things, it's pretty close to accurate.
Truly.
And then
Usually they're on the square instead of in a barn, though. Or on the town circle or whatever you call it.
Yeah, they were in the barn or something. I don't know what they were in. But he says something, and then one of the band members says, "This is the sound of my ass," and then farts. That's it. It was really good. So Mistress is finally here.
Yeah.
She's come out and she's telling them that what she's done, and she's like, "Where's my army?" And Worm, her familiar, is just like, "That's what I've been trying to tell you," which we had no clue he was trying to tell her.
Yeah,
that
no,
whole time.
they never say it. They never said
He
it.
was like, "All these people you turned are fucking idiots, and they keep killing themselves."
Apparently he'd seen all of it happen.
Yeah. And here's the thing. We're at Tripe Days, and here comes Junior running in. "There's vampires!"
Yep.
Junior's figured it out. Junior Pisser has figured it out.
We always thought he was the dumb one, but it turns out he knew what was going on.
Yep. And here's the saddest part of the movie for me.
Honestly.
Our boy Cletus got turned.
He was turned. The top of his head was so red without his bandana on. We were worried about him.
But boy, was he a feisty little vampire.
Yeah, he was. Oh, he's about to bite that fucker's ankles. I like that our accents are getting worse the more we talk about
Yeah,
this.
man.
Why, yeah.
And then little person vampire, Crunch Bite.
Yep.
Whoa, hold the fuck on. Jean-Claude was a vampire hunter the whole time? Holy shit!
Fucking head cannon, dog.
Yeah,
Out of
dude.
nowhere. Door busts open, and who else is it but Jean-Claude, the interior decorator?
Wearing a fucking black clothing with the fucking trench coat. He's got the stakes. He's got his sweet-ass beret. He wears this beret the whole time, by the way.
Yeah, it should have been a clue.
And he's got like
It was probably a clue.
ascot
Yeah.
thing. It's hilarious.
I think if you noticed, some of those stakes were made out of the legs of the chairs that's in everyone's grandma's house.
yeah,
It's very funny.
it's amazing.
I wonder if they really destroyed those chairs. It kind of pisses me off.
I'm sad now.
Yep.
Let the vampire killing montage begin. And let me tell you, there were some good ones in there.
It really was.
There was one where a vampire was getting ready to bite a human, and Jean-Claude stabs a stake so hard he kills both the vampire and the human.
Oh,
And then
Miss Pisser, Ma Pisser. She's like, "Oh man, there's an awful lot of killing going on," and she just turns to Miss Peterson and is just like, "Stab."
yeah, Miss Peterson's a human. Jean-Claude hands her a stake, and she just kills Miss Peterson.
And Jean-Claude's like, she was a human, not a vampire. And she was like, "Yeah, but she was a bitch, wasn't she?"
And then he just goes, "Ooh." The main vampire bitch had been to Madrid the whole fuck. Oh yeah. So he was like, Jean-Claude's been chasing this vampire mistress
Yep.
everywhere, and he mentions Madrid, and she goes, "I've never been to Madrid." And then they fight.
Yeah, and then he wins.
And then Jean-Claude stabs her, and then she falls over and she goes, "I have a confession to make. I've been to Madrid."
And then she dies.
Whole time, Worm's just cowering in fear. Runs
Yeah.
away.
Runs away. Never
Worm's-
see Worm again.
Worm gone.
That's a bitch familiar move. Be a better familiar Worm.
Jean-Claude managed to renovate the bathroom.
He did. So the whole, I mean, as we said earlier, huge plot device in this movie was the renovation of the homes. I put that in the early notes as a joke, not thinking that it would even come back up. As a matter of fact, John and I were like, well, damn, we thought we were just done with the whole renovation thing.
Yeah.
No.
That's the last scene.
Last scene of the movie, they open the door to the bathroom, which was obviously previously covered in piss and or shit.
Yep.
Probably mostly piss from
Thanks,
the pissers.
Junior.
Junior and his big, huge whopping hog fucking spraying piss like a water hose all over everything. And it's just this it literally looks like a bathroom that's in like some mansion or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's got like woodworking and stuff. And who's in the goddamn bathtub, John?
Paul Pisser, he reading.
Yeah, he's reading. And
Paul
he said,
Pisser's been reading the whole time.
he said, Mama, can't you see I'm trying to read? And she said, and Mom says, well, you've been trying to read that same book for 40 years.
And that was the end of the movie.
That's the movie. Jean-Claude walks off into the sunset.
And that was Bloodsucking Redneck Vampires.
We're going to go ahead and give that a yummy out of good. Yummy out of good. Yummy out of good. That's the big boys scale. Did we rate last week's movie? No, it sucked. But you know what we did rate? This week's movie. Yummy out of good. Put it up on the screen. Yummy out of good.
I don't know where I'm going to put it yet.
Okay, somewhere. Hi. Oh, I've gotten over my fear of skeletons. But witches, on the other hand.
Got him good.
So yeah, next week we're gonna have a couple of extra special surprises. John and I have talked about putting together a very quick sketch, featuring a character we just got. Oh, fucking elbow knocking motherfucker! Oh. Ow. A sketch that we accidentally invented last year. I think you guys are gonna like it if we do it. If we don't do it, fuck you. That's what I have to say. This Spooktober has been so fucking awesome so far.
We're having a good time.
So excited to round it out next week.
Having a great time.
We're having a great time.
Good time, great time.
We love you all.
Your e-cigarette.
My e-cigarette. We love you all.
We love you.
And we are here.
Here,
And-
may the Lord keep you, the Lord love you. And God damn it, I wish they hadn't killed Cletus.
Me too.
I'm Big John.
I'm Maddie Light.
And this is
Big
Big
Boys
Boys Talking.
Talking.
God damn it.
Tell your mom and them I said hey.
Hey, we love yous.